I'm taking again one single view application here. This application under iOS. Day 2 in iOS. The remaining things are same. The team is none or bundle identifier, some random hack given using the storyboard to design the interface, and language is the Swift. This is our basic template of the iOS application, where it contains app delegate, scene delegate, and one view controller which controls a view, and main.storyboard. Main is the one where you design your user interface. The one view controller which is controlling, which is here, is controlling this view controller. Basically, this is the visual representation of this view controller. This view controller is visual representation of view controller. Okay, this is the basic plain view controller. View controller is a class which is this is view controller. Okay, subclass of UI view controller. When do we use subclass? Subclass means inheritance. When do we use inheritance? If you want to add some additional functionality, then you can go for inheritance. Here we got a plain thing. Basically, our main purpose of application is to add something and to make it useful. To add something to adding something, you need to have the inheritance relationships. That is what they have already given the inheritance relationship here. View controller, or else what you can do without this inheritance also we can do this. Okay, let me remove this. Basically, here we are clearly saying this view controller is representation of view controller class, view controller file. Okay, what I can do is, instead of that, I can also use UI view controller. UI view controller. Now, this is not the representation of this. Run and see. This is not the extended version of view controller. That is plain view controller. This method, the view controller, this view controller is not initialized. We are not using it right now, because we have clearly told that this is simply direct view controller, not the subclass of UI view controller. Right? UI view. If you want to add some features, what I can do is I can use this class. Ignore whatever this class changing and all. Simply remember, view controller is a subclass of UI view controller. UI view controller is already having the basic features of UI view. Basically, it controls the user interface. It controls this view controller. I want to add some features and I want to control them. I want to add some content. That is the reason we have taken view controller, which is a subclass of UI view controller. Anyways, here this is a view. Actually, this is one view which we can see, which contains a couple of properties. If you take any frame, let's say this is the wall. Assume that this is a wall. On top of wall, we can place n number of frames. Photo frames also we can place, right? Different variety of frames we can place. Charts we can place. Direct frames we can place. Acrylic frames, glass frames, different things. Each one is having different properties. Okay, wooden frames have its unique properties. Charts has its unique properties. Glass frames has its unique properties. Acrylic frame has its unique properties. Similarly, but everything is frame only. Everything contains width, everything contains height, everything contains background, some weight, some properties definitely that contains. Similarly, we are having different frames, which is subclass of UI view only. These are the various frames, we can say, various views. These are the various views we have. Let me take label. Let me take label. The class name is, you can see here, the class name is UILabel. For the view controller, you want to extend, you want to add some functionals and control them. This is the label. What I can do is I can just place that here. Keep the text in the center. I put the text in center. Let me write my first, my first iOS app. These are the various properties. This is one label. Label is for displaying the text. See what are the different properties it has. It has the text property. This is one property where you can add the content and text color. That is the obvious text color. Text we have text color also we can have. Text color. You can give different colors as well. If you want to give some custom color, see various colors already available. There are a couple of plenty of colors available, but I want a custom color. If you want a custom color, here we are having different patterns. Whether you directly want default colors, red, yellow, green, cyan. If you want to have a picker, you can pick the color. You can choose like a red color, pink color, purple, blue, purple, different things, different colors we have here. Even we have RGB, red, green value. You can also put RGB values here. RGB select. What is the red value? Basically, color combination. Some direct colors, some graph thing, some direct colors, various colors we have here. But depends upon your application requirement. The UX team is user experience team is separating where they design our user interface. They will give you the color codes. What is the width of this label? What is the height of this label? What is the content should be displayed here? And what is the font? What is the font weight? Text color? Everything will be given by them. I'll also show you how that looks like. I want to take some default plain color, red color, and font. We have font here. System font by default the system font, and regular or bold, heavy, black, semi-bold, medium, ultralight. These are the fonts. Not only the label, we are having various controls which displays the content. Those controls take the same thing. Font means wherever you use font, wherever you see the font is same thing. Font contains some name, some weight, this one, bold or italic or lights or something. Okay, regular. Let me make this as bold. You can see the changes here. Font size, how much font size you want, and basically line break mode. Line break mode is important. Line break mode is, let's say our content is at the end. If you see dots, okay, whether the dot should be in the center, whether the dot should be in the basically word wrap, truncate, middle. Dots are in the middle. Dots are at the head, starting point. If the content is more, how it should react, that is what it is. I'll give a tail, highlighted color, shadow offsets. All these are, if you see here, this is view, this is label. These are properties of the label. These are properties of the label. These are properties of the view. This label is subclass of UI view only. Now we can get the properties of the superclass, right? These are the superclass properties, and the subclass means label properties also we have here. Okay, I'll also show you what exactly is the label. Now this is the label. Let's run and see. You can see this. You can see this on the simulator. Okay. What is the device which you have selected here, which is by default iPhone 11. Okay, let me run it on the iPhone 11. Here is the one where you can select the target device. Now it is perfect. Whatever we have seen here on the simulator user interface in the storyboard, same thing is appeared here. Okay, this is the controls are again three different types. The controls are three different types. Let's say this is one kind of control where we display the text. Even if you tap here, nothing happens. These are called static controls or passive controls, we can say. Passive control means controls are only for displaying the text. Even this is the view, white color is view, right? Even if you tap, nothing happens. This is content, this is label. Even if you tap, nothing happens. Even if you tap, nothing happens. Okay, let me take another kind of control, which is button. Now, for the button, if you see, button is again subclass of UI view. So, UI view properties we are having. Button is subclass of UI control. Button is subclass of button is class of button. Button properties we have. UI control properties we have, and view properties. Basically, button is subclass of multiple classes. Multiple classes is not possible, right? Multiple classes is not possible. Multiple inheritance is not possible, right? But still, it has multiple control classes. It is subclass of UIV. UIV is subclass of basically this is button. Button is subclass of UI control. UI control is subclass of UI view. I'll also show you here. Let me take this UI label. UI label, command label. Command and click, jump to definition. If you see here, UI label is subclass of UI view, correct? UI label is subclass of UI view. UI label means basically by default there was one class by default calculator class was there. From the calculator, they have created advanced calculator or super calculator. Similarly, to add the additional functionalities, right? UIV is the basic thing which has some default properties of a frame, width of the frame, height of the frame, background color of the frame. I can also show you that. Okay, you can understand that UI label is subclass of UIV. Similarly, I'll also show you for button. Button is active control. When you press some, when you click on the button, something happens. Those are called active controls. Here, button is subclass of UI control. Button is subclass of UI control. What is UI control? UI control. UI control is a subclass of NS object we have here. Anyways, it is actually subclass of UI view. Sorry, UI color, not the UI control. UI control is what we need, not the color. UI control is subclass of UI view. Very, very important. Again, 90 to 100% question. What is the class hierarchy of the label? Label is a subclass of UI view. Clear? That is what I have showed you. But this is the UI button. UI button is subclass of UI control. UI control is subclass of UI view. Right? UI label is subclass of UI view. Let me show you again. Is that UI label is subclass of UI label is subclass of UI view. Similarly, UI button is subclass of UI control. UI view is subclass of UI button is subclass of UI control. UI control is subclass of C. UI control is subclass of what? UI control is subclass of UI view. Okay, basically, for passive components, there is directly the superclass is UI view. For active components, for active controls, there is something called UI control in between UI view and UI button. Basically, UI view provides some basic properties like width, height, background color, size, etc. But UI control provides you the additional functionalities to make the UI button as active. To make UI button as active means when you click on it, it should happen, it should trigger something. Okay. Hierarchy is very important. Please do remember. Now, I have a button here. The button title, let me change the title of the button. Click me. Here are the various properties. Button style. Okay. You can also change the button style, info dark, info light, add contacts. Okay. I want to make it system default thing, and title plain or attributed. I'll tell you what is attributed, and the tinted colors, the style, you can ignore that. Subtitle attributed if you want, like you can ignore this. Foreground color. Foreground color means title color, text color. I'll make it green or something. Image, if you want to display any image, you can also display image. You can add image here, image plus text. I don't want anything, so click me. Now background configuration. Background color something. Background color is part of UIB actually. These things, corner style, pixel dynamics, all media. Even I don't know what is this. Anyways, we don't use that. These things we do not use, and controls in this we not use. And background color, I want to set some background color. Make this black. This is background color. Run it. This is second type of control. You can see the whenever I am typing, you can see the it is blinking, kind of blinking. When you tap on the my first tab here, the label is not blinking. This is passive component. This is active component. What is the difference between passive component and active component? Active component. Active component triggers some method. Active component responds actually. Active components responds, but a passive component does not respond. Okay, here what I want to do is let me take one more text field. UI text field. This is text field. Text field, to enter the login, for login information, please enter the username and password, right? UI text field is subclass of C. This is active component. When you tap here, the keyboard comes up. The keyboard comes up. Active component. It is responding. I just tapped here. If the keyboard is not coming up, Command K. Command plus K for bringing the keyboard up. Actually, by default, it comes generally. If it is not coming, Command K. Again, Command K for hiding. Command K for keyboard. Command K for keyboard hiding. I am entering some text. Okay. When you tap here, what happened? The keyboard has come up, but it is responding. It is responding. Means this is again a active component. Again an active component. This is passive component. This is active component. This is also active component, but there are some differences. This is to take the input. This is to perform some action. This is to perform some action. Okay. Let me give the connection. What is this? What is the purpose of this view controller? To control the extra components which we have added. To control this view controller, whatever we have drag and drop, or whatever we have, we can see here, whatever we see here, those things will be controlled by this view controller. This is the representation of this, right? Now I want to control this. I want to add some method. I want to add some action. Action is method to this button. I want to add some actions to this button. Okay, let me add that. How to add that? Go here, assistant. Tap here the lines, assistant. View control we are having. Now control and drag and drop from the button to the code. I'm giving connections. Here there is action. Click me. Click me. See here, this is action or outlet. There are two things: action or outlet. I will tell you when to take action, when to take outlet. And the object is view controller. This is the view controller. And the method name, the action name is click me. And type any I can put for now. I'll tell you why to put any and why to put button. There are only two things: button or any. Okay. Touch up insert. This is the event which you need to take for the buttons. Argument name is sender or something. If you do not want any argument, you can put none. I don't want any argument. I can put none, but let me put sender. Okay, what we got here? Click me is a method. Sender is an argument. Type is any. This is a method. IB action. IB action. IB means interface builder action. Interface builder action. You need to prefix this. Normal function you can actually add. But this is interface builder method, right? We're connecting interface builder control here in view controller. That is the reason we have to put IB or action. Now let me take this property. Property, when you want to take the property, outlet is the one which you need. For the passive component, we are not getting any actions. Label name, title, class of UILabel. We connect UILabel, title, and IB outlet. IB outlet means interface builder connection. Interface builder connection. Title is not allowed because the view controller is already having the title. Anyways, let me give top title. Top title is the property name. For button, I have not taken the property. For label, I have taken the property. For text field also, I want property. I'll tell you when to take properties, when to not to take properties. Input field. Input field. Okay. I don't see now go to view controller and see what exactly we have here. View controller is a subclass of UI controller, which has two different properties. We're adding additional properties here. For super calculator, we have added two properties, right? Power and function, two methods we have added, and C or something. This the result is the property which we have added. Similarly, we can add a number of properties. I added two properties. The super calculator can also contain additional methods like square and factorial. Additional methods also I can have here. Additional methods also I can have. The build load is the method which is already there in the view control. So we are overriding. Without this also it works, but this is the entry point. Yesterday we have seen, right? Life cycle methods of the view controller. Now click me. Let me see click me. Run it. What is this? What happened? This is one thing which you need to take care of. Let's close this again. Here I can see here view controller. Here is a connection inspector. In connection inspector, input field is connected to the text field. Title is connected to the text field. Top title is connected to the title is connected to the label. Top title is connected to the label. View is this is the view. For action, this action is connected to the button. Basically, the view control. What are the different actions and connections we have? This is the connection inspector. Here, if you see, there is warning. Warning is it is not proper. It is not available or something went wrong. Just close that. That is what the crash which we have seen now. UILabel is connected with title, but that is not there. The view control, the title is not there. Title property is not there. Okay. Click me. I'm clicking. See the console here. Whenever I click, click me is displaying n number of times. Perfect. How to add UIButton to the action? This is one way of adding. This is one way of adding the button. Button with action. Text field. What I want to do is whatever text I enter here, I want to, whenever I click me, I want to transfer that text into the label. Shall we do that? Now this is the text field. Text field, when user enters some text, it contains some text. We need to read the text. When to read, when user clicks on the button. When user clicks on the button, I want to read the property of the text field and also set the property of the label. When you want to read or set, when you want to access the properties of the controls in the code, where to access them? Here I want to access here. Here, click me, accessing the properties of text field and label, right? I am reading the property of the text field and setting that under the label. In that case, whenever you are trying to access the properties of any controls, then you need outlets. Here for the buttons, I have not read anything. Button title, I have not read. Button background color, button font, I did not write anything. I did not access anything. That is the reason I have not taken the outlets. Now I want to read the properties of the text field text and put it on the label. How to access the text? I don't know. Go inside to the text field and see what is the property it has. Text field. Actually, it is giving an Objective-C notation. Anyways, let me show you this. Text field is subclass of UIControl. Open developer documentation. Text field is having various properties. Interface builder attributes. Text is one property. The initial text displayed in the text field. You can specify the text as plain string or attributed string. This is the one property. Color is one property. Font is one property. Alignment is one property. Background is one property. Disabled, enabled, placeholder is one property. Clear button. These are the various properties the text field contains. We can access them. We can access and use them. Go inside of the definition. See here, UITextField is a class of UIControl, which is having a property called text. What it is giving? NA string. This is read and write by default. You can, whatever properties we're having A, B in the calculator, you can set the value and you can get the value. Similarly, text is a property, which is a string. You can read the string. You can also set the string. Text color. This is also same. You can set the text color. If you want to read and display the text color, you can display it. Font, text alignment, border, placeholder, attributed placeholder, various things we have. I want to access text field text. First, I want to print text field text. How to get the text field text? Input field. Input field has a property. What are the different properties it has? Let's see. Here also you can see. Our property which we are interested in is text, right? Text, which is of type string. The text that the text field is displaying. I want to read the text field. I also want to read the label text field. What is the title, top title, that text. Top title is also having text. Top title is the object of UILabel. It is also having a property called text. You can go and see what it has. Okay, one is nothing. Another one is my first app. What I want to read the text and put it here. How to put that here? Top title dot text equal to input field dot text. Input field lo edaithe undo, whatever we have on the input field, same thing I am appending. Now again command R for running. Now first app is displayed. First sample is displayed. Okay, I want also clear the text whenever user clicks click me. How to clear? Just set the text input field dot text equal to empty string. When you put empty string, that is fine. Sample app is displayed here and clearing the text. And I also want let me run it. Hide the keyboard. Keyboard has come. I type some text. When you click return, it won't go. When I click me here, I want to hide that. Hide the keyboard as well. Hide the cursor as well. How to do that? View.end editing. Or else what you can do is for now input field resign first responder. Resign first responder is the method which hides the keyboard. After tapping the command, okay? After tapping, use the keyboard. Otherwise, when you type system keyword, when you type laptop keyword, it automatically hides. Okay, use the system, the default virtual keyboard here. Click me, then hidden. To hide the keyboard reason first responder. Any doubts here? How to add a method to a button? And here UITextField is active component, button is also active component, but button features are different, TextField features are different, purpose is different. The TextField is again having some other things called controlling mechanism, life cycle method. TextField is also having life cycle methods. If you remember all these things, passive components, active components with life cycle methods. Active components with life cycle methods. Okay, these are the various types. Only 3 different types we have. If you learn, we have already learned passive component, that is label. Active component, which is button with action. Active components with life cycle methods. Active component which responds, but also contains some life cycle methods like app delegate. Also contains some protocols. Let's say protocols to control the text field, to control the active component. These are the various types of controls which we are having. If you learn these 3 well, rest of the things are very simple. Button is clear, right? Button is clear. Now we have given connection. How did we give the connections? In different ways. Like one way we have seen from drag and drop. Second way also we can give. I can write one method here. First, display result. Func validate is a method. Validate is a method. I want to connect it to the button. IB action. IB action is the button. Anyways, ignore this for today. Any doubts here? I'm just repeating. We have 3 minutes time. This is the view controller, which is representation of this view controller class. By default, the view controller class has nothing. So The view controller on the user interface was also having nothing. I want to add some features. I want to add some additional controls on the view controller. So I have added one active component, one passive component, one active component, another active component. I want whenever I perform something, whenever I interact with the controls, those should be performing some actions. The first action which I want to perform was whenever I click this button, I want to transfer the data, whatever is user entered into the label. I want to read the property of the text field and set that property, the value of the property to the label. Okay, to do some code, to execute some code, there is no method, so that I have taken one method on the view controller and connected this button to that method. This is how we have connected. You can see, you can also remove this. That is one way, right? I'm removing everything again and settings. I have removed everything. Second way of setting is we can write the code first here. We can write outlets here. Then you can write methods here. Then you can also give connection. Okay, if you see the dots are empty, the circles are empty. Now go here, go to view controller, connection inspector, outlets. Under outlet, we're having input field. Under outlet, we're having title, view the title. Under actions, click me. Second way of connecting. Second way of connecting view controller to the user interface. Okay, the behavior is same. Two ways. One is by using assistant, you can use first way. Second way is write your logic in view controller first. Write your properties, write your methods. If you see that there is a dot in circle, means connected. Then come to the view controller, come to the connections, set the connections. Set to the connections. I'm taking text field to the view, which is not accepting, button not accepting. Only for the text field it is responding. For label you cannot connect. For button you cannot connect. For the view you cannot connect. Okay, text field means text field only it can connect. Actions. We have given the action and whatever logic you want to perform, you can perform here in the button. Okay, make sure the connections are proper, otherwise it gives you error. Check, go to view controller, connections, check if there are any warnings. If there are any warnings, the application will not be running, application crashes. This is all about how to use the controls, how to use the button, how to use the label and text field. You can take your own labels, buttons and text fields and read the data and perform something. Read the value from here and perform whether it is even number or odd number and display that here. Take the number, find out number of digits and display here. Okay, take the number, check whether it is prime or not. Multiple operations you can do. Thank you for watching. Please rejoin if you have any doubts. I'm just rejoining.